Good evening, everyone. My name is David Freese. I'm the mayor of Tonganoxie, and I'm calling to order this May 5th meeting of the Tonganoxie City Council. Ms. Huntington, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mayor. Mr. Partridge? Here. Ms. McCutcheon?
Here.
Ms. Stevens is absent. Mr. Donnelly is absent. Mr. Dale?
Here.
Would you all join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item 2 on the agenda is the approval of minutes in which we approve or deny the minutes from the previous meeting. Does anyone have any questions or concern or a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
Thank you, Ms. McCutcheon. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Dale. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. Item 3 on the agenda is the consent agenda in which we review bill payments from the previous period. Are there any questions or concerns or motion for the bill payments?
I'll motion to approve.
Thank you, Ms. McCutcheon. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Dale. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. Onward to old business. Nothing's listed on the agenda. This is the time when we normally ask the people if they care to say anything or speak for 3 minutes. Is there anyone here who would like to speak on any topic whatsoever?
No one tonight, Mayor.
Thank you. On to new business. We consider approval of 2025 facilities temporary use lease for the Tonganoxie Water Park with Gretchen Meitler for the Tongi Tidal Waves swim team. Mr. Porter.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is a recurring request. We have in the past couple years have received the request from Gretchen Meitler as the lead organizer of the Tongi Tidal Waves swim team, which has a group of volunteers that help run that program. This year's lease is in similar format to previous years. It's an extended lease, which allows the team to practice in the mornings for a couple hours every morning. This year's season runs from May 27th to June 27th with 2 meets. Some years we have 3, but this year there are 2 home meets in which a full morning then is budgeted for the use of the facility by the group and the visiting team. The total estimated rental time is approximately 54 hours, totaling 84 hours with required lifeguards at a rate of 3 guards for the hours of the event durations for the swim meets. We also checked with the organizers whether June 6th and June 20th would conflict with other events scheduled in the vicinity, with Tongi Days on June 14th and the reenactment event at the VFW Park. And there are no conflicts with those meet days, which is important for the city, as those dates, you probably are familiar, have large amounts of visitors and home fans in the area for an extended period of time. We don't have any other major changes of note and are happy to recommend approval unless there are questions by the City Council.
Thank you, Mr. Porter. Council, do you have any questions for Mr. Porter? Seeing none, I would accept the motion.
I will make a motion to authorize the water park manager to execute the lease agreement with Gretchen Meitler for the 2025 season.
Thank you, Ms. McCutcheon. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Dale. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Sorry about that, Mr. Partridge. All opposed? Motion carries. Item B on new business is ordinance number 1530, allowing the consumption of alcohol on certain public property for limited time and purpose pursuant to KSA 41719A, D11, and E for the Tongi Days 2025 public special event. Mr. Porter.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is one that's been on the agenda formally and informally the last several meetings in particular, but this year's Tongi Days event, which the City Council most recently at our last meeting approved the funding distribution from the city to support, does need to have the draft ordinance included in the packet considered and approved to allow for 2 items. One, for the use of public property for the event purposes, which is outlined in more detail in the special event permit material and the map accompanying that. So that public property includes streets throughout the city's downtown corridor, 4th Street from Bury to Main, as well as Main from 4th to 3rd, in addition to Delaware from 4th to 3rd and 3rd from Delaware to Main. So it's sort of a zigzag shape through the downtown corridor, and it concludes at Gallagher Park and the parking adjacent to the water park next to Gallagher Park. This year's event does include, as in previous years, the plan for sale and consumption of alcohol, and you can see the two vendors referenced in the agenda materials and the ordinance include Alberto Yaluk with 1866 and Z&M Twisted Vines, which would sell wine by the bottle unopened for consumption within the event perimeter. When we look at alcohol permitting, the approval of this ordinance would complete all the necessary steps for Alberto Yaluk's temporary permit, and that would be then filed with the state. And then Z&M Twisted Vines as a winery has a slightly separate set of rules, but those would be in compliance, and consumption would be permitted from both those vendors' sales within the event perimeter. Staff reviewed this application with the police department, fire department, public works, and have no comments at this time. But as we approach the event on June 14th, we'll advise the planners of any necessary tweaks or adjustments that the city staff deem fit based on circumstances that come up. So happy to take any questions you may have, but again, no concerns to report from the police department in terms of this year or previous year incidents involving the alcohol sales and consumption in particular.
All right, thank you, Mr. Porter. Do we have any questions for Mr. Porter? Mr. Partridge, you good? I'm good. Good. Okay. I would accept a motion then.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 1530, allowing the consumption of alcohol on certain public property for limited time and purpose pursuant to KSA 41-719A3, D11, and E for the Tongi Days 2025 public event.
Thank you, Mr. Dale. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. McCutcheon. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. That's the end of new business. Onward to the city manager agenda. Mr. Brajkovic, apologize.
That's all right. Thanks, Mayor. No items this evening.
Thank you. City attorney agenda, Ms. Kirchlich.
Same, no items.
All right, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem is absent. And the city council, do you have anything on your agenda tonight?
No.
Okay, I would just mention that the farmer's market starts on Thursday at 5 o'clock, 5 to, I've forgotten the hours, but get there at 5, you'll be in good shape. And then I was out the other night in Lawrence. I run into more Tonganoxie people in Lawrence than anywhere else, sometimes even in town. But they bent my ear a long time about the traffic problem at the school. And they would love to see a solution to that. And they'd like to see a roundabout in that area. And I just want to say again for the record that I'm in favor of a shared solution for that problem out there between the city and the school district. And I'm ready to talk whenever they're ready to talk. Finally, I have an executive session on the agenda. And Ms. McCutcheon, you have that handy, I think.
Yep. I move that the city council recess into executive session for a preliminary discussion of the potential acquisition of real property for public use pursuant to KSA 75-4319B6. The open meeting will resume in the city council chamber at 7:14 p.m. The executive session will include the city manager, assistant city manager, city clerk, and city attorney.
Ms. McCutcheon, could we amend that motion to include the city clerk as well, please? Oh, it's
did.
in there, okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
I'll second.
Oh, second. Thank you, Mr. Dale. I apologize. Decorum. Thank you, Mr. Dale. Is there Now I'm all messed up. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're in executive session. Okay, let the record show that no binding action was taken in the executive session. I have nothing more. Under mayor agenda, is there a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn and then immediately hang up on Mr. Partridge.
Nice.
Okay, then we have that motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. McCutcheon. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. See you in a couple weeks.